What's up, tricksters and tricksetas? And welcome to another Tier 3 sub VOD review presented by our favorite Radiant coach, Charlatano Papito. I know, there has not been that many VOD reviews in the past because I was literally doing like A to Z Radiant challenge for the last like 2 weeks, and I also went on a small vacation. And also, T-Bag Demon, our friend that we're coaching today, I'm sorry that I didn't do this faster. I just, I'm just grinding again for the Radiant, and it takes a lot of time from me. But we're back on track. We are continuing with the coaching content starting from today. So, today at our coaching table, we have a T-Bag Demon. He is a Phoenix player on Corrode, playing with a Peak Diamond 1. So he is Peak Diamond 1, Phoenix player that is playing on Corrode. Now, Noi, my friend, his name is actually Noi. I'm like everything else, we're gonna do through private messages. I just wanted to do this VOD review live. I hope you don't mind. I'll also hit you up through private messages to see if it is fine with you. So basically, you got back to Diamond 1 last act, which is good, but our stats are still a bit underwhelming. I can see that your mechanics are getting a bit better than before, especially this act. Like, our friend Noi, I did a bit of private coaching with him. I cannot reveal everything, obviously. He got the training to do, he got the aim training, he got some kind of a plan as well for the next 3 months. And during this VOD review, we're just purely gonna focus on his gameplay, on Phoenix, on Corrode, and what he can do better on that map and that agent. When it comes to the tracker, you have a really good start of this act. I'm not gonna lie, 14 wins, 9 losses, but all of the stats are still pretty underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. KST is very low, like 67%. Like, that is a lot of solo deaths, enormous amount of solo deaths. Then KD, you're just dying alone way too many times. You're dealing damage, mechanics are getting better, but brother, you're just dying too many times. And we need to see what we can do better with these deaths again. Now, one thing I need to tell you, it's okay if this is public, because we did a bit of private coaching. You have my 24/7 support. As far as I can see on Discord right now, you didn't send me a single clip for a review at all. A single clip. A single question. I mean, when people don't abuse my 24/7 support, I just pre-assume that everything is going good. If I already give you an option to do 3 clips, 3 in-depth clip reviews every single day, 3 round reviews, I give you the option to ask me up to 5 questions per day. If you're still struggling like this, let's do that. Also, I told you, the best way to improve situational awareness in Valorant and these problems that you have right now is through these clip reviews. We need to see how you play every position on every map, how you take the fights, how you scale up, how you do this, do that. We only covered 4 maps, I think. So abuse that shit. I always say that in Valorant, it is pointless to buy coaching as a one-time thing. Absolutely pointless. It is waste of money. Buying just one VOD review or I don't know, one private session with someone, if he is not offering you 24/7 support lifetime. Otherwise, it's a waste of money. So, abuse my anal cavity. It's fine, bro. I'm used to it. But jokes aside, the most amount of time that I spend right now coaching is not really in the private sessions. Yes, I still coach enormous amount of players on a daily basis, but I spend at least 3 hours of my day answering to messages from all of the players that I coached. Be one of them. Let's see. Why do you die so many times alone? Let's see, How can we improve your KST, your KD, like how you're taking the fights alone or with your teammates? Like, that's the problem right now. The problem is like that your situational awareness is still not good enough. Also, another question I need to ask, but I'm gonna cover this privately as well, is what's up? Like, to be honest, listen, if Omen is already working for you, and you already perform better with Omen than with the Phoenix, then we can say bye-bye to Phoenix. Absolutely. Like, Omen started clicking for you, actually, which is really fucking good. You know, this is what I expect that's gonna happen anyways. Like, I expected that you're gonna perform better with Omen. So listen, man. If Omen is already your G, it's clicking for you finally, let's just run it down with Omen, you know, for the next month until the next, you know, the next stage. Like, I don't know, what are these 2 games of Viper? Did you play Viper on Breeze in Gold 3 and Platinum and Diamond? Fuck that shit. Listen to me. Fuck that shit. Like, now with the new Breeze, Omen is totally fine below Immortal on Breeze. Like, you have so many outplays, so many elevated positions, and soon I'm gonna make a private coaching guide for Breeze, and in around 2-3 weeks from now I'm gonna update the playbook for Breeze as well, the public playbook. So run it down with Omen. You know, Omen is fine. So what I would kind of change with your main agents right now, I would definitely prioritize Omen on every single map. And when it comes to the secondary agent, we're gonna see today how you play Phoenix. And based on this gameplay, we're gonna decide with which agent we're gonna replace the Phoenix with. Because Phoenix is obviously not working. You know, like, we have a very low performance for some reason in both of these acts. Maybe we can fix these problems. Maybe. We'll see in the VOD review. Maybe it's simply better for you to pick some other agent, like maybe something like Jet, for an example. But okay, pretty decent start of the act, just on the individual level. Like, you know, these 9 games with Viper and Phoenix kinda ruined your statistics, so that's kinda bad. You know, this tracker is not really the right indicator of your performance, because with Omen you actually dominate. You play really fucking good with Omen now. So, not bad, not bad. What's up with the weapon versatility and rounds? Oh, brother. What the fuck is going on here? Like, this can be our starting point moving forward. You know, through these clip reviews and questions. Let's try to see how you can play better pistol rounds, eco rounds, and semi-buy rounds. You know, we need to fix this in the next 1 month. And this should be our main priority. When it comes to weapon versatility, like, I still need you to touch Operator, Marshall, Shorty, you know, like, Stinger, Outlaw, Bucky, Judge a bit more. I know you played only like 20 matches, but in those 20 games you probably could have gotten more op kills and, you know, practice those guns a bit more and apply them within your gameplay. Other than that, well, we're just gonna see everything else, like, through the VOD review. Like, as I said on stream, I'm not gonna reveal everything. Like, I'm just gonna do a VOD review. And we're gonna focus on your Phoenix gameplay and Corrode. And then everything else we're gonna do through private messages. Okay. Not bad, not bad. At least not bad with a Omensky, I must say. Like, that is... This is a pretty good performance with Omen. I'm not gonna lie. In 14 matches. Like, pretty good. Everything is on point. On point. Okay, so now we are on a defender side of Corrode. Now, you get in a match of Valorant. The first thing you ask yourself, what should I do on this map? You know, what are the most common rules that I should follow on Corrode to have the highest possible win rate? Or just to predict enemies a bit more and position properly. Also, we need to ask ourselves what is the strength of our team composition, enemy team composition, and is there something that we should worry about or be really careful about as we play this defender side. So first of all, on Corrode, your default site, number 1 priority, B site, number 2 priority, A site. But Corrode is a fast rotation map, so generally speaking, there should never be a moment of time where you're anchoring the bomb sites. Unless you're like 90% certain that enemies are faking, lurking, flanking, etc, etc. Like you should just be doing fast rotations on the first contact between enemy team and your team, and you don't really give a shit about defending the B site and A site alone. So you're never willing to die alone trying to defend the A site and B site, unless you're playing some kind of an eco halberd round and you just want to trade yourself for as many kills as possible. Now, what's very important on this map is the mid control. Like, mid control is something that you can die for. You know, like, basically, it should kind of be your default play on this map, that we always have the bottom mid smoke right here, and that we are, you know, pressuring the enemies in almost every round. You don't need to do that yourself, like, you should be positioning wherever the hell you think enemies will go next, but we need to apply the pressure in mid. Now, when it comes to Corrode, the number 1 mistake you can make is starting way too passively. You know, your starting position is beyond this and this line. That cannot happen. Like, we need to gather information in the A main and B main areas of the map, if any enemies are there, what are the enemies doing, and to prepare ourselves to defend the bomb site. Now, you can simply jump spot the enemies, you can hold some tight angle, you know, you don't need to take a fight against the enemies. Now, in the first round, with Phoenix, I would simply recommend to you that you start either A short or top mid. Tell your control, so basically here or here, tell your controller to give you a smoke for bottom mid, and you simply play fast rotations left and right, and we keep the mid control in the first round. Now with Phoenix in the first round, I mean, let me showcase this a bit better. Just infinite abilities and infinite abilities, right? Just a second. So with the Phoenix in the first round, basically you have a lot of different buy options that you can go for. Like, first option is like, if you're starting in A short, for an example, you can go with a Frenzy, Hot Hands, and Blaze. That's okay, you know? Because if enemies are splitting A site, or they're pushing mid, like, you can get some very free kills in this A short area of the map. Now, regardless of where you're starting, you can go for the Ghost and Hot Hands, but also, the new option is Bandit with Hot Hands. Also, if you're starting in A short, you can start with a classic, Light Shield, and buy Hot Hands and Blaze as well. So, those are the buy options for you, and it's really up to you what you prefer. I would probably start the first round in the A short area of the map with a Bandit, Hot Hands, and just take this type of an angle to try to delete a few enemies immediately, and to maybe, you know, if enemies get stuck there, we can just a moment, I need to enable the cheats now. We can just molly them, get them out, take an easy kill, enemies are coming, flash them, peek them. It's amazing. Now, overall, like, through all of the testings that I did with the Bandit, I don't know. I don't know about the Bandit in the first round. Like, on Breeze and Abyss, it's fine. You know, it's long-range maps, a lot of medium and long-range fights. It's like okay. But I still feel that Sheriff is far better, and even Ghost as well. On these claustrophobic maps, like, it really depends how good you feel with a Bandit. Like, for example, I really started feeling Bandit a lot. You know, I don't know, I'm starting to love the weapon. And I'm taking some kills that I will never take with a Sheriff and Ghost in my life. In eco rounds, it's an amazing weapon. You know, you don't want to play Shorty, Marshall, Sheriff, Bucky. You can get a Bandit. But in the first round, it's really a personal preference. For most players, diabolical option, in my opinion, but it's really up to you. Like, what you prefer, it's fine. And especially on Phoenix, you know, his utility is very cheap. In the first round, what's important? That you have a Molotov and a Flash, and that's it. That's totally fine by option. And, you know, those are the options that you have in the first round, and that is how you should play the first round of Corrode. Now, let's see what you did, and what you could have done better. Oh, we have a replay system, I totally forgot. I hate hindsighting, so yeah. You know, usually what I do on Corrode is the following. I will simply start top mid, get a ghost, tell my controller to smoke bottom mid, jump down here immediately, and spam this position. Like, this can get you a lot of free kills. If enemies are pushing B, you're there on the B side to molly them, split them apart, fuck them up with a flash, and that's it. If enemies are pushing A, because we have a mid control, we can just instantly go for a rotation and support our teammates on A side. And if enemies are going through mid, it is totally fine. You can go for some crazy play. Why not? You know, you can drop down. Most of the times enemies are gonna smoke this. You can just drop down into their smoke, flash through the smoke, and try to get a few kills. Now, another reason why you just don't cover the minimap? What do you mean? Now, another reason why, like, another thing that is important on Corrode. Most of the times, you should prioritize rotations through mid. Because CT rotations take ages. Ages. Like, 80% of your rotations from B side and A side should be done through the mid area of the map. If you need to support your teammates ASAP. And that's it. Let's see what you could, you know, what you did in this round. Why I don't cover the minimap? I mean, I literally see the enemies through the walls. But okay. We'll deal with this review. Wait, I need to become a Picasso. This is a terrible start. From both you and your teammates as well. Smoke bottom mid. Start A short. If enemies are not mid, fast rotation through mid, go B. You cannot start on the A side like this. Also, there's not a single round where you can start on A side like this. Like, if you already want to start on site somewhere, you will need to start in the first round, in the A main area of the map, and at least do this. You know, jump spot the enemies, get the info, fall back. Like, this can never be your first position on the A side of Corrode. This is also terrible, I'm not gonna lie. So, team compositions. When it comes to the enemy team comp, we really need to be very scared and careful when it comes to Reyna and KO flashes. We need to track where the KO is using his knife. And to be honest, like, against this shit team composition, the best solution is aggressive playstyle and operator. Like, you should be abusing the shotguns, close range weapons, operator, and semi-aggressive playstyle as much as you can. They have 0 info, 0 dive agents, 0 recon tools, nothing. Like, this team composition cannot execute a single bomb site. And we should not allow them to do that. Okay. Oh, our quality went down. Just a second. You must really love this Harbor. Harbor is my soulmate. I don't know how would I live my life if I don't play Harbor. Come on, internet. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Can we get Back. Okay. Now, this molly that you did, you know, it was not bad. To be honest, like, it was a bit unlucky. It was a bit unlucky. I mean, Vito literally activated his shit as soon as you dropped it, so nothing about that. And this peek on the left side was also good, because your Vele was fighting from left. You always want to fight with your teammates. Good fight. Just like, as soon as you didn't kill this Sage, like, you need to flick right, brother. Like, there's 3 enemies on the bomb site. They're scaling out. You only see Sage here. Sage was the last one to move in. Like, we should have been ready for a fight on the right side. And that's it. But once again, like, if you started A short or top mid, you just would have been ready for this. Rotation would have been faster. Maybe your teammates would not die like a potatoes as well. Oh, we won this round. Crazy. Now, in a second round of Corrode, if you win the first round, in the second round, you almost always want to start in A short and defend the mid area of the map. And what you should ask for, you should ask for the one-way smoke right here. And basically, we're taking the fights from top mid and from the A short. If you lose the first round, then you can just simply, I don't know, with Phoenix you can get a bandit, you know, only. Once again, you can start A short maybe, or top mid, and just play fast rotations left and right, because only God knows where the enemies are gonna go next. And that's also one rule that you follow on this map. Like, if you need to ask the God where the enemies are gonna go, start A short or top mid and just play fast rotations, take the mid control, and that's it. Now, in the second round, like, once again, you can get so many different options. You can get a Stinger, Heavy Shield, Bandit with utility. You can go for the Spectre if you really love the Spectre. You can go for the Marshal and Heavy Shield and just body shot the enemies, and that's it. You can go for the Bulldog and Heavy Shield. You can go for the Outlaw and the best shield possible. It's really up to you. The only thing I will not, you know, play with the Phoenix in this second round is the Judge, obviously. And God forbid, some pistol. Now, since I already mentioned that enemies have a terrible team composition for taking the space and executes, like, I would probably go with a Marshal and Heavy Shield. And just hot hands. Just hot hands. Why? I want to save the money for the 4th round to get the Operator. Yes, even on the Phoenix, it doesn't fucking matter which agent you play. Like, you abuse the weapon that is going to give you the highest chances of winning a round or winning a match. So, what I would do is just ask for the smoke mid, hold this type of an angle, and just wait to see what's going to happen. Just go for the body shots. Like, I mean, with the Marshal, like, you can get away with a lot of bullshit in the second anti-eco rounds. Listen, okay, fine. I would like if you jump spot the same area of the map, or get the info yourself. Because, you know, if enemies play on contact, like, enemies walk up all the way here, and then they explode, your teammates won't start rotation fast enough to support you and to help you out. Like, you really need to, like, you always need to have the information on Corrode if any enemies are here or here, early on in a round. Now listen, so you heard the enemy's footsteps. We should expect the enemies execute on the A site. Your next step, after you did this, go towards the elbow. Why towards the elbow? Like, you always want to go towards the elbow when you're defending A site alone. You have more off angles, tight angles, and safe positions where you can potentially get a kill, make a numbers advantage for your team, live a happy life, and then play retake. You go towards the elbow, we can maybe hold this angle, go for a few shots. Then enemies are going here, go for a few shots. Then, as the enemies are moving through the choke point, we can separate them with a fire, flash them, maybe get some free kills here. Then you move back again. You know, we can hold this angle with a jiggle pick. No commitments whatsoever. Then enemies are moving towards the elbow. I don't know, hide behind the box. Delete the enemies, you know, like just fuck them up. One more enemy. Then move towards the CT. Hold this angle. And then play retake. We don't need to commit whatsoever. By the way, when you're using a Phoenix Molotov, you mainly want to use it to fuck up the enemies when they're stuck in some position, to simply flush them out. So basically, like, you know, if a guy is stuck there, you do this and then kill them. You want to use Phoenix Molotov, same as any other Molotov in this video game, to separate the enemies as they're going for some kind of an execute. You never want to drop your Molotov this fast when you don't know how many enemies are pushing through the aim and area of the map, or to simply stop or delay the enemy's execute. That's a waste of a utility. Like, it's much better if you use it in some kind of a way where you can actually separate the enemies apart and get solo fights where you can just, you know, flash that one enemy and kill him before the rest of his team can even support him or help him in any way. So this is absolute waste. And of course, you know, you should use it to heal yourself when you're low HP. Like, I don't need to mention that shit. Position that you're playing and the fight that you're taking right now is horrendous. You gave enemies information that you're on the left side. Enemies now expect your flash, and you're stuck in a one and done spot in an anti-eco round. You don't need to do this. You're playing A site alone. Like, if you die, enemies are just gonna storm into the bomb site, plant the spike, and then only God knows what's gonna happen. Is the second round of a match. How can you trust your Vele, Omen, Fate Chamber, even if you take 3 kills right now, somehow, which I highly doubt? Your teammates can still lose that round. I don't know. I just don't know how good are these guys. Neither do you. That was pretty lucky, I must say. Like you hit a very lucky timing where only the KO was the one on the right side, and the rest of the team was way too far behind. But you cannot gamble on this shit. Play a bit safer, like. Always play these rounds a bit safer, like. There's no reason for you to take this type of diabolical fights. This type of fights you want to take when you're in some kind of a disadvantage. Like either economy disadvantage or like numbers disadvantage or something like that. Or if you already want to flash the enemies. You know, so you hear the enemies pushing the aim and area of the map. Don't use hot hands. Don't make a footstep. Like, try to surprise the enemies with a flash when you think that, you know, is the right time to go for a play. Like when enemies are fully overexposed, they're not behind the cover, they're completely unaware that you're gonna pick them. And then take a fight. Like, this is not gonna work in Immortal or Radiant or higher elo lobbies. Like, you know, I'm never teaching players how to kill Platinum, Diamond, and Gold players. And we always need to look at the long run. Like, a good play is always a good play, bad play is always a bad play. Period. Okay, here, like, you can definitely play inside of this smoke. You know, now that we stopped the enemy's push and we got that stupid KO kill. But you should never hold utility in your hands until the moment of time when you're ready to use them. Never. Especially not when you're playing, you know, without any information. Like, I don't know right now if maybe one lunatic in the enemy team is gonna walk out and try to, you know, do something like this. You have no info as well. So, hold this smoke with a Spectre, you know, and then when you get some info, some footsteps or something, take a flash, use it. Okay, now listen. In ranked solo queue, when you're playing in between Gold 1 and Immortal 2, 90% of times, when you stop the enemy's execute somewhere, the next enemy move is gonna be to go towards the closest area of the map that is next. You know, like basically, even if you heard 0 footsteps, right now, when the chamber came here, and Fade also came, your instant reaction should be going mid and expecting the gunfights right here. And that applies for any map, any execute, any bullshit that happens in Valorant. Like, players in Valorant really hate cutting in the noise and reheating the same bomb sites. Like, that happens in less than 20% of the matches, 20% of the rounds, on average. So, it's totally fine, especially for an anti-eco round. Right now, let's just move mid, support the Omen, support the Waylay. Anyways, the Chamber and Fade are defending the choke point with the trademark. I don't need to be there. So even if you didn't hear the enemy's footsteps, you should have run towards the Omen as soon as your Chamber plays the trademark. Okay, this is a good play. This is a good play. I mean, we have a Spectre. We need to come a bit closer. And we can use the Omen as a bait. Very good, very good. Good positioning. Rank rating lost to gain ration is better now, I feel. Brother, I got to 469 rank rating on my Radiant account with 52% win rate. That never happened. Like, for 480 rank rating, I needed like 56% win rate, 55% win rate minimum. 56. Like, this act is really like, you know, they did something. The thing is, like, now, you know, your individual performance matters a bit more. How many rounds you win and lose, I think it doesn't impact that much, you know, the rank rating as well. Like, individual performance matters, and if you win or lose a game, that's the only thing that matters, and the MMR of both teams. Now, this right here, completely unnecessary play. Don't do this BS. We have a Spike on mid. We have a Spectre that we can use in a bonus round to save our economy and prepare us for the rest of this match. You know? Relax. You've done your part. You've got your kills. Stop! You know? Now, you boil down your gameplay to only necessary. And we need to save this weapon so that we have higher chances of winning the third round. This kill will give you nothing. Literally, it doesn't fucking matter, to be honest. Yes, you'll build up your ultimate a bit faster, but who knows if that ultimate will even be useful in the later rounds. Relax. Also, if you die in a fight like this, once again, I don't know if your teammates are gonna win 3 versus 2. Relax. But, once again, positioning for the second fight, and this fight here was good. You know, enemies have no info if you're behind the box, enemies have no info if you're on the right side. Solid plays there. Solid plays there. Now, you know, like, once again, we have no idea where the enemies are gonna go next. We should just play mid, to be honest. I mean, you have 3 teammates on the B site. No one is defending mid area of the map. Like, this round, where should you play? In the A short, you know. Omen, brother, like, can you please give me the regular smoke, bottom mid, and from the A short, like, you know, gather, jump spot the enemies, gather the info, like, just hold a tight angle here, and react left and right. You know, 3 of your teammates are here. That's okay. They're fighting for the B-man. 1 teammate on A, we need to be ready to support that motherfucker. And we also need some information in the mid area of the map. It is still way too early on to gamble on the bomb sites in this match. If that... I don't know where the KO do the knife. Well, listen, if KO did a knife on A, knife out and go A. Just knife out and go A. So, the only information that we have about the enemies is they're just playing together as 5, and they're doing 5-man executes. We need to play with that info. Where the KO knife lands, that's where we fucking go. Run, Forest! Go! Yeah, he missed. He missed. Yeah. KO did a knife here. You know, that gives me the flashbacks like of my Sova dart, bro. I wanted to, actually I was playing KO as well, bro. Like basically the knife can get stuck on this fucking branch, bro. And I just yeah. That's a good one. Good memories, good memories. What are you doing in this beam area of the map? Run! Run! Okay, now since you're here, like you can also pick up this ultimate orb, so you know it doesn't matter. I have no idea what you're doing in this round. Like, you should have known up until now that 5 seconds ago you should have known that enemies are pushing A. Like, early on in a match, like in the first 4 to 6 rounds, don't be schizophrenic. Don't make up shit in your head. You know? Play on the info that you have from the previous rounds, and that's it. No, nothing else. Now you're way too far off. Like this round is over. Like if your team don't pull off some insane kills, this round is over.
Spike planted.
Also, this rotation through CT is terrible. Terrible, bro. Terrible. Like when the spike is already planted on A, and you're top mid, and you have 2 teammates CT and 2 teammates short, it really doesn't matter if you go short or CT. You need to go short. Well, your team has literally got 0 kills. Now listen, in this type of 1v5s, early on in a match, with a bonus round weapon, your only job is to kill as many enemies as possible. And that's it. We don't need to, this round is unwinnable. Like, fuck it. You cannot play this type of a round with a mindset, I need to win it. If you kill 3, 4, or even 5 enemies somehow, and still lose this round, that's a W. Like, we're gonna damage the enemy's economy so much that in the next round we can maybe force the outlaw and just go for the body shots. Anyways, like, if we damage the enemy's economy now, and we win the next round, then in the round after that, enemies are fucked again. Here, relax. And enemies are 100% gonna push you. 1,000,000% they're gonna push you. Wait for them to be wide open. Do the flash. Go for a peek. Here, you know, the only thing you should be doing is listening to the footsteps. Holding the flash this time is fine. And enemies are, you know, close. We kill the Reyna first. Then we jump spot to see where the enemies are here. Then with the second flash we can go for another peek. Take the kills and that's it. Like in this elo and in these low elo lobbies, like the only thing that players think about is getting the kills. Nothing else. Like they just see the blood in their eyes, and I guarantee to you that these 5 enemies are just gonna run you down. Good, good. It was a good play. Good play. There's nothing better you could have done. But what you could have done better is just rotate faster. It's a fast rotation map. You have the info that enemies are doing 5-man executes. And now, we come to the next round. In the first round, enemies went B. in the second and third round, enemies went A. So, rule of 3 executes. In the next round, we play on the B side. So this is the round where it's totally fine for you to play on the B. And what should we do? Basically, we can immediately run down the enemies, to be honest. I mean, we have Omen in our team. We can just get the info here about the enemies, tell the Omen to hold paranoia like this, and then, as soon as you see the first enemy here, Omen does paranoia, you use the ultimate, and just, you know, easy 1, 2, 3 kills. And look at that! Enemies are actually following the rule of 3 executes, which every imbecile between Gold 1 and Immortal 2 is following. So, in this round, that will be the perfect play, because of the read that we have from the previous rounds. And anyways, like, you know, we know that enemies are gonna play together as 5. I don't know why you're like, you can never start the rounds this passively. Even with the ultimate. Like, we cannot allow the enemies to shift up to the choke point and then do the execute from here. You just can't do that. You need to silently jump spot the enemies or jiggle pick this or just hold this angle to maybe get a kill, and then we can reposition somewhere, you know, for a secondary fight, then another fight, then the smoke comes in, separate the enemies, then use the ultimate to kill that one enemy that, you know, is out on the bomb site. Like, this cannot be your first position where you fight. It can be your second, third, fourth position.
My ultimate's ready.
You see this? We gave all of this space, and our teammates still have no idea that enemies are going B. Yes, we have the Fade Eye on A, but we still have no idea if enemies are mid or B, or what the fuck they're doing. Anyways, they can just dodge the eye as well, you know? Like, this is terrible. Terrible starting position. By the way, holding this angle, like, in the way that you did, no, like, basically, this angle, either you jiggle in, jiggle out, or you hold it further back, like this. There's no other way, like, you cannot do this, for an example. Now we're fucked, you know? We could have given our teammates info that enemies are going B way too, you know, earlier. We could have gotten a smoke in the B main earlier. We could have fucked up the enemies with our ultimate right now, but now, you know, yeah, just we're... You know, this peak without the ultimate and then without Molotov, just... This is a suicide peak, to be honest. Doing it alone. Like, it's so simple. So simple. Like, basically, you always need to have a starting position that is somewhere close. We need to bait out some utility from the enemies. A flash, paranoia, I don't know, like, anything. You know, this team comp has nothing. Like, what are they gonna do? Knife you with a key? Okay, whatever, like, just go towards the elbow and use the ultimate later. We can destroy every knife that lands here anyways. And this round is on you. This round is on you. Now, in this next round, I have no idea where the enemies are gonna go. Are they gonna follow the AB rule or not? So the best gamble is just start top mid. Once again, ask for the bottom mid smoke and play fast rotations left and right. Bucky. I don't know, you know, I don't know if I would get the Bucky with the Phoenix, to be honest, like, only if I'm like 90% certain that enemies will go either A or B. But in these type of rounds where it's like shaky hands a bit, I think right now the best option is just get a bandit with a heavy shield. Because you have money, you had enough money to get a bandit with a heavy shield. Plus you have the ultimate, like, you know, we can run them down with a bandit. Bandit in these eco rounds is amazing. Amazing. And starting on A side with 3 teammates was such a huge gamble. Like, you know, we don't really know the exact enemy patterns and what they're doing. Like the rule of three executes you can always follow. Like that almost 90% of times works in ranked solo queue. 90%. In between Gold 1 and Immortal 2. So, but right now I just don't know. And leaving the mid open like this, it's criminal on a map such as Corrode. Like, so basically what you should have done in this round. Get a bandit, heavy shield utility. As soon as the round starts, drop down here. Ask the Omen to give you a smoke. And now just hold, you know. Hold the mid. Enemies are going B. Okay, we can once again separate them with a Molotov. As they're coming in. Flash them. Fuck them up. Maybe even use the ultimate to support your teammate that is on the side. Like, get more kills, that's it. Enemies are going A. Well, we can just do fast rotation, support our teammates on A. Enemies are going through mid. No problem with the Phoenix. Like, in these eco rounds, we can go for some kamikaze play and try to get a few kills, especially if you have a smoke for bottom mid. Bandit long range kinda ass. On Corrode, you don't have that many long range fights anyways. Like you can always position yourself in a way to prioritize like medium range and close range fights. Okay. This info is the info that we'll have to keep for other rounds moving forward. So enemies started playing alone, lurking, flanking, and doing some, you know, weird shit. From now on, if we don't see the veto during the executes, we should be ready for this type of play. You are powerless! I don't know what you're even trying to do here. Like, I mean, to be honest, I don't know. You know, the only thing you should have done here is take a classic pistol out and just, you know, try to do this, essentially. Bait the enemies a bit so that they push you and then pull out a shotgun. Like, the worst shit that people do with shotguns, like the worst shit ever, is you need to play with the enemy's mind. Make them think that you don't have a shotgun. If you already have a Bucky and Classic for a retake, if you just do this 8 out of 10 times, these enemies are gonna run you down. And now we can get the kills right here. Good flashes. Good flashes, to be honest. Like that was amazing, actually. Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Now in this 2v4, brother, just, you know, once again, you just want to try to clutch this and get as many kills as possible, and that's it. Like, but I will not waste my ultimate for this shit. You know, using ultimate here would be a horrible idea. Especially with a Sage that has the revive. I don't really understand what was that Molotov for. You know, if you already wanted to drop a molly somewhere here, the only molly you can drop is this. Like, to cover that corner. And also the swing was terrible. Like, basically, when you're swinging the enemies from elbow, you need to check this corner first, then these angles, then this position, then this position. And then you can maybe take a fight here. Take your time, you know, like, a good play is always a good play. A bad play is always a bad play. Now, once again, we come to the rule of 3 executes. I'm 90% certain enemies are gonna go A or mid this round. So we can start on the A side, and once again, we can simply tell our Omen, Omen brother, if you hear any footsteps in the A main area of the map, just drop that motherfucking paranoia here, bam, like this, and I'm gonna run them down. We do use the ultimate, and we go, baby.
My ultimate's ready.
Internet? ISP, brother! I mean, the Corrode is abysmal. What's up? On Corrode defense, playing mid every round is the meta, right? Every round where you have no idea what enemies are gonna do. Yeah. If you're not certain where the enemies are gonna go and what type of play they're gonna execute, like, we need to take mid. But if you can read the enemies like this and enemies are not even touching mid area of the map, A side, B side. Fuck them up in the main areas of the map. Oh, what a splendid quality, bro. What the fuck is going on, man? We need to read the enemies more, brother. We need to position better on a defender's side. You know, your main power with Phoenix is like, especially with the ultimate and Omen in your team, is fucking up enemies in these main areas of the map. If enemies are already not touching the mid area of the map and we can just read them, you know, in some of these rounds, fuck them up. Even here as well. We can use the ultimate. Absolutely. But you were way too late with it, to be honest, like. Also, I don't know, like, personally, I would have tried spamming the enemies here, you know? When you're short and enemies are going towards the elbow, you can get a lot of free kills. And as soon as you use the ultimate, you should have just, you know, taken more space and try to get in a position where you can actually potentially kill the enemies. Even if you need to shift out and then explode and fuck them up. Ooh! Okay.
You will not kill my ally. Spike planted.
I really don't know what's going on. What's happening, chat, bro? How is my internet so bad? I'm paying this internet 50 euros per month. Like, what the fuck is going on? The Sova work on Corrode. Yeah, Sova and Fade are both amazing on this map. Crazy shit, crazy shit. Check your RAM. User tracker might be bugging again. Which tracker, bro? The guy was drilling a few days ago. Touched internet connection. Maybe, I don't know. Memory is at 69%. CPU 88%. But what does that have to do with my network? Okay, let's see if we can do it now. This flash here that you did was fine. It was fine. It was fine. It was fine. Just the thing here is like, you know, when you're going for the retake of the A site, only through the A short area of the map, and enemies can be elbow, and the site, and on the right side. Do this. Kill this mother effer. Check the elbow. And now we can just focus on enemies behind the wall and move in. Like, you need to separate the enemies in these situations. Like, I have no idea if all of the enemies are on the A site. I have no idea if someone is maybe gonna peek me from the elbow. From the A short. I mean, stairs, yard. Like, do this. Do this. Kill that mother effer. And now we can scale out. Now, once again, we didn't lose this round here. You know, you didn't lose this round when you died from the club. We lost this round with our early positioning. Now, in this next round, I'll give you a moment. Where should you play? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're correct. You should play on the A set again. Now, why should you play on the A set again? Like, you realized what pattern enemies are actually using in this match. Like, they actually just go 2 times in a row on B, 2 times in a row A, 2 times in a row B again. Like, basically, every ranked player, every group of ranked players has a certain playstyle or a certain way how they love to play the game at that moment of time, or on that agent or on that map. Like, why is it so easy in Valorant to abuse the player's mistakes and to simply play on the player's mistakes instead of you making some kind of a play? Players in between the Gold 1 and Immortal 2 are the most repetitive players in Valorant. They have a very linear playstyle that is not versatile at all. Those players are usually full-on autopilot mode. They don't think that much. And as soon as you notice in the first 4 to 6 rounds that enemies develop some kind of a pattern, you follow that type of a pattern until the moment of time where the enemies just say enough is enough. Until they cut it. But then again, they're probably going to develop some kind of a pattern even after that. So once again, in this round as well, we can aggress the enemies in the aiming area of the map with the Omen. Why not? You know, like, we can just tell the Omen once again, like, hold the paranoia, you play here, Omen does a, you know, Omen does a paranoia as soon as the round starts, you do a flash, we can probably get away with 1 kill. Probably. Now in this round, like, sure, you can go with a Stinger and Heavy Shield and Utility, but also, you know, for these eco rounds, Bandit now is really good. I don't know, I really love the Bandit for eco rounds now. It's really up to you. Depends how much money you want to save. But one sad thing about this game is, like, we should have had the operator from the round number 4. Like, I would have bought it 100%. This enemy team comp is terrible. Also, since we're so certain that enemies are gonna go A again, Valet, brother, you want some free kills? Alter the enemies in the aiming area of the map. Let's run them down. 2 flashes, Molotov, Valet ultimate, saturate hindering ability, like, round is over. Now insta rotation. Through the CT. It's fine. Run, Forest! Okay, one good thing in this round is we have the elbow control. So we know that majority of the enemies are in A short. This should be a pretty good round for us, I'm not gonna lie. Like, how we use the wall, Molotov, and the flashes here is gonna be mega important. Like, we need to split the enemies apart, and we just need to fuck them up in these close range fights. And Vito is a bit of a problem, you know. So right now, you know, we should use this wall to pressure the enemies to either play on the site or in A short, or to fall back or move in. Then, after that, we just come close. Kill this guy, kill this, that's it. You have a stinger. I ran them down. We kill these motherfuckers. Then we can use a Molotov behind the wall to additionally pressure the enemies and maybe go for another peek. Why not? It's an eco round anyways. But the problem here is leaving that A short area of the map open. You know? Like now, as you go for a swing, what if like 1 or 2 enemies are playing here like this? They hear the flash. You know, even if you blind 1 or 2 enemies here, maybe this guy is gonna refrag you. I mean, maybe this guy is gonna kill you before you have a chance to kill anyone. Use the wall and Molotov to separate the enemies and do this type of plays. Now, obviously, like, this was a, you know, huge problem for us. Like, you know, Vito with the ultimate is a great counter for Phoenix. So, yeah, you know, anyways, we had to disregard this ultimate. You know, like basically, you had to go for this type of play anyways because you only have a stinger, and playing passively or waiting for perfect moment of time to strike would be suicide. But now we got a Vito kill. We can just chill a bit. Once again, do this wall to separate the enemies. Touch the wall for the healing. Go for a second flash. Kill this guy. Drop a molly here so the enemies cannot play in this angle. And heal once again. Go for the final blows with our team. Very good reset. Very nice. Okay, using the flash there was fine because your Valet anyways, like, revealed the enemies. But to be honest, like, in the same time, we really fucked up that Valet. But, I mean, like, it was inevitable. It was inevitable, to be honest. Like, you literally use your flash 0.5 seconds after she dashed in, so it's okay. Now, rule of 3 executes, you know, enemies are very readable. Let's fuck them up in the B. Like, we have such a good team comp on both attack. Like, we literally have a meta team composition on both attack and defense. Our trainer just needs to hold a trademark on either B or A main. We have Valet Hinder, Dash, Ultimate. You with 2 flashes, Molotov Wall, Ultimate. Omen with a Paranoia. If enemies are already not touching the mid area of the map and they're following the rule of 2 to 3 executes, like, just go B this round. You know? Valet, you want some free kills again. Yes, I want a free kills. Valet comes with you in the B main area of the map. Tell her to use ultimate like this. Omen uses a Paranoia like this. Okay, we miss gamble. It's fine. At least now we have the B main control. Maybe we can go for some fast double flank, double lurk, take the full mid control as well, and then decide what to do next. But it's a good gamble. It's a good gamble based on the early rounds. Bro, what's happening with my internet? Like, literally, it's just crazy. And this is also criminal. I mean, obviously, it's hard to micro-correct your teammates. You know, in platinum, diamond, gold, like, it's hard to tell them exactly what they should do. But chat, these cannot be your starting positions on the A side and B side. Like, you're literally playing with zero information. If you already want to play this passively, at least take the mid control. You know, why are you on the B side? Or A? When I have no idea what the fuck enemies are gonna do. You know, if they're gonna slow... Like, what if enemies slowly walk out here and hit you on timing? Did you hit Radiant? We need like 4 wins in a row. We're very close. This is becoming painful! Okay, this spam is fine. This, you know, the spam that you're trying to do right now is fine, you know, like, whatever. Okay, enemies are coming out. Yes, sir? Listen. I mean, it's okay. It's okay, but, you know, it's okay, it's okay. I want to say something, but it's fine. Good flash there. Good flash there. Like, we didn't blind our Vele. You know, some enemies should have been hit by it. If Vele didn't kill them anyways, so yeah. Now listen, never spam through the smoke like this. Like, just follow one very simple rule in Valorant. If a certain wall or a certain smoke is closer to you compared to an enemy, that enemy has much higher chances of hitting your head and killing you instead of the opposite way around. Like, just don't do this shit in Valorant. Like, you should only do this type of plays when you're like 99% certain that you're gonna instantly delete that enemy and kill him. Like, he is revealed, or you know exactly his position. Okay, you can try. You know, why not? But here, spamming through this smoke. Instead of spamming through the smoke, get ready to move out with a Vele. Go for a second, pop, flash, and just, let's fuck them up. Let's kill them. Or if you have wall hacks from my Discord server, I see now. I see now. Okay. I'm joking. Good minimap awareness. Like, if you track the enemy's locations on the minimap, very good, very good. But still very dangerous. Early shots. Here as well, like, you know, it really doesn't matter, like, if this is a Clove ultimate or not. Like, if your Omen wanna fight, flash these enemies at the top and at the bottom mid, top mid here in this example, and just let's fuck them up. We cannot allow the Omen to die. And this swing was mega unnecessary and dangerous, to be honest. Like, I mean, if you already have a flash and you can peek with a flash and take easier fight, do it. Okay. What's going on, bro? Chat, can I borrow your internet? I guess your internet is better than mine now. Bro, I'm playing this at 720p. 144p? How does that look like? Amazing, chat. Amazing. So, enemies change their pattern. Enemies change their pattern. We don't know where the hell they're gonna go next. It can be A, it can be B. But we did win a round on mid, and we did win the round on A. So the best gamble in this round is to start top mid again. Simply ask for a smoke right here, once again. Drop down here with the Phantom that you have right now. Spam this position. Tell one of your teammates to play short. And then we just play fast rotations, left and right. We're gonna watch like this. I'm kidding, we're not gonna do that like. And if you already wanna start on A site, we might as well take the aiming control. I just bought a new bundle, it's great. Old Reaver plus new knife and a new gun. I'm probably just gonna get a bandit. Like, that's the only gun I don't have skin with. They win the next game? They win the last match? Yeah, we did. Don't start this passively. Get early information in the main areas of the map. And if you have no idea where the enemies are gonna go, take the mid control and play fast rotations. just look how much information we don't have. We don't know if enemies are B. We don't know if enemies are mid. We don't know if enemies are aiming. How can we play on the defender side of Corrode of any map in Valorant with this information? Or no information whatsoever. Absolutely wasted Molotov. Use the Molotov to separate the enemies and to stop them in the middle of their executes instead of doing them immediately. Like, first of all, what is this for? Enemies didn't even cross even close to the aim and position to fuck them up. And especially in this match, like, enemies have 0 dive agents. If anyone crosses this line right here and you separate the enemies with a Molotov from the elbow, every enemy here is just fucked. Like, Omen does a smoke. Dead. We can go back and reset. Way too early Molotovs, way too early. Now listen, like, even here you're losing info. Like, basically, we need to hold this angle and get this information. And react on what's happening on the map. I mean, what if the enemies walk up right now? Like, I don't know, 4 enemies walk up. You're gonna be ready to fight 4 enemies? Or if they pop flash you? Okay, now that you got the info that, you know, enemies are mid, insta rotation A short and support your teammates. Anyways, your chamber is holding aim in with a trip. Okay, so I didn't see you had a trip. Like, if you already have a trip right here, you might as well hold a flash then, you know? When they destroy the trip, you can just flash and swing out wider and take the kills. Very good that you're aware that one enemy can maybe be in the left corner. Good angle clearing. Relax. You have no idea where are the remaining 2 enemies. Clove can be anywhere. Sage can easily run away from your ultimate. Instead of using the ultimate here, wait for the enemies to be a bit closer, and then use it. I know this Sage is gonna revive someone on mid, and we're gonna be 2 versus 3. But we still have a spike with ourselves. You have a flash, you have a wall. Like, it's fine. You know, we can still get a kill. I don't think you're gonna have a timing to run from here to mid and find any kills. And not to mention that enemy Sage can just hide, wait for your ultimate to expire, and then use her ultimate to revive someone.
You will not kill my allies.
Like, this is diabolical, you know. Once again, like, I'm not teaching you to play against idiots. I'm just teaching you what is a good play in Valorant. Anyways, we didn't get a kill. Just a second, I need to see what the fuck we have a regen shield. How much money did you have at the start? $4,050. Brother, with 4,050 credits, you just get a heavy shield and phantom. Or vandal. Fuck it. You have one flash, you have a wall, you don't need anything else to win this round. Plus ultimate. But whatever, like, because you have the ultimate, yeah, you can go with regen shield, it doesn't matter. As long as you use the ultimate for the first fight. Now listen, in this 2v3, fuck the spike, you know. Still, your highest priority is to pick the fights together with your chamber and to just fight together. We still have a flash, we can get some easy kills if we position right. And anyways, like, in this 2v3, your highest priority should have been holding the A main area of the map. Because you have a trip, you know, behind yourself. And we're gonna know how close or how far away the enemies are from behind. Like here, when the chamber got this kill, you don't give a shit anymore about, you know, enemies that are at the back. We have a trip on the left side right here. We can just play in the A-main with the chamber, clear the whole A-main area of the map. And when the enemies destroy the trip, then we focus on the enemies that are right here.
One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
Very good that you didn't commit to this fight. That would be terrible. Now, the only way for us to lose this round is to fight one by one. Like, the best shit we can do here is just create some double tower setup. Like, you hold this, chamber is in front of you, holding like this, the round is over. Okay. Okay, now we're in the round number 10. Let's see what our friend is gonna do. Listen, even if the KO knife is not gonna reveal you, shoot it. Why? Like, you deny the information for the enemies. Like, maybe they will have to use more utility to take elbow, more utility to scout on the right side. You know, that KO knife kind of tells the enemies right now that, you know, no one is on the right side. And they just need to focus on the left side and deep elbow. Destroy it. Yes, you're gonna reveal your position, but anyways, like, during the A executes, you will probably be smoked off here. And with a Molotov and flashes, you can do some great job, you know? This play right here, not bad. Not bad whatsoever. I mean, the Fade revealed 2 enemies in the A-main. They also got seized. You knew that no one is pushing through your Molotov. You know, Molotov could have been a bit better, obviously. Like, you could have just, you know, put the molly deeper towards the enemies. And the play was actually pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. You know, probably, you know, with Phoenix, these are the type of plays you want to do, and these are the type of fights that you want to take. Just Valorant is a very interesting video game where you can die like this, you know? Like this, this is the game we're playing, so... Like, that's a video game that we all enjoy and play, and then, you know, when this type of bullshit happens to you, you can rage for like, maybe one round, you know? And then you need to reset mentally, and that's it. Fuck it. You know, you can watch it in a replay, send it to Twitter, and we're all gonna have a laugh, and that's it. Okay. Not bad overall. Overall, not bad. Now, once again, in this VOD, as I mentioned, like, against this enemy team composition, you should be trying to take more space, and it's quite easy to take space against this team composition. Now, I don't know why we're playing this map without aim and control, mid control, beam and control, like, we're playing way too passively. And we're also AFKing. What are we doing right now? Brother. Can we move? I mean, your fate is literally moving. We know that enemies are mid. Okay. A short break, like, I like it. Mental reset. Now listen, here we come to the many problems that players have in Valorant. Like, you need to keep your location a secret a bit more. You know, enemies know that one of your teammates is top mid, like around this smoke. But they don't know about you. We have no idea what is happening behind this smoke. You know, how much space enemies have taken, where are the enemies exactly. Like, when you were running towards the Valley, like, already here, at this position, you should have started walking and slowly getting to your Valley. Anyways, your Valley is playing passively. You know, she's probably not going to go for a fight and peek through this smoke. So take your time. So you can surprise the enemies with a pop flash, playing together on a refrag potential, like, it's fine. Yeah. Pretty dangerous that, you know, we didn't check any of these angles that enemies could have taken while the smoke was active. You know, enemies could have been here, deep link, this position, like, your flash does nothing. You know? As soon as you drop down, we should have checked all of these angles, and then scale out with a Waylay. And listen, like, you know, one golden rule that you should always follow in Valorant. If you lose information in an area of the map for 3 seconds maximum, like, behave like the enemies can be anywhere and everywhere. Like, check every position, every corner, every angle. Like, even if you have 4 teammates running in front of you, just mentally be ready for every fight. You know, play Valorant with a paranoia. Play Valorant like, you know, basically, you don't know if enemies are gonna be behind this cover, that cover, etc, etc. Nebulon, we only need 2 wins to complete the A to Z challenge. Like, the next 2 agents are Gecko and Harbor. You know, if you play Valorant with a bit of paranoia, like, you're not gonna die like this. It's so simple. Like, just check the corners, check the angles, like, don't trust anyone, not even your own mother and family. Like, just be ready for these fights and these possibilities. Well, finally, some aggressive play. Not in the right position and right area of the map, but at least something. You know, generally speaking, like, we established that in the previous few rounds, enemies are quite readable. You know, one round they go A, then mid, then B. So the chances in this round were a bit higher that enemies will either go mid again or go B. So once again, in many rounds, we should have just started top mid. And that's it. That Fade ultimate was criminal. Now here, I really don't know what we're doing again. Like, you're picking up... You're 4 ultimate orb away from the ultimate. Like, God knows if we will even have a chance to take 2 kills. You know, 3 kills in this round. Just rotate. Knife out and rotate, bro. We cannot really flank the enemies because they probably have a chokehold from the veto, so our flank is gonna be compromised anyways. Just go through mid, play with your fade, and run. Why are you wasting your time picking the stupid orb right now? Okay, I mean, your team has dealt with the enemies, so... Yeah. Overall, just on a defender side, you know, you can read the enemies a bit more, have better early positioning, play a bit more semi-aggressive. Like, we were losing so much information in A-main, B-main, and mid-area of the map. If you already don't know what to do on this map, just take mid-control. With Phoenix, it should be quite easy. Like, you have a Molotov to, you know, delay the enemy's push. You have a molly for this, this, and this. No matter where the enemies get stuck, you can just flush them out, flash them, delete them. In this elo, that is quite simple solution to these problems. So I really don't know why did we play on a defender side with such a limited amount of information. Do you like Nunu? The last time I played Nunu in League of Legends, I think it was Season 3, when he was busted. Okay, now, on the attacker side of Corrode, in this elo and this rank, your default site is number 1 priority B, number 2 priority A, number 3 priority mid. Generally, in the first 4 to 6 rounds, you should try the 5-man executes on B site and A site and see how the enemies are defending. If they have no solutions for your 5-man executes, the game is over. We are gonna win it 100%. If 5-man executes are not working, it's time to take the mid control. As much as mid control is important on a defender side, it is equally important on the attacker side as well. In the first 3 rounds, if enemies have 0 sentinels, hardcore sentinels, so everything except chamber and veto, just push B. Push B. And then in a 4th round, you can do some kind of a fake or switch it up a bit. If enemies do have 1 or more hardcore sentinels, run it down A. Now, in this match, they do have a Sage and veto, so pushing B side is not really the greatest idea ever, you know? I would definitely test my chances on A. And with the Phoenix in the first round, to be honest, like, the best buy option is to get classic light shield, hot hands, and blaze. If you're if you're just doing a 5-man execute on A and B, like, you have utility for everything. You have utility to deny the enemy space, to deny the enemy's peaks, to heal yourself, to create a space for yourself and your team, and maybe pop flash the enemies and peek them. Like, unless your team wanna go mid, I really don't see a reason why would you buy anything else. Let's see where we go in this round. Fuck the ghost. Fuck the ghost, man. Get a wall, get a hot hands, and go with a classic and light shield. Anyways, on a map such as Corrode, most of the fights you're gonna play are the close range and medium range fights. Fights where classic is totally fine. You know, you really don't need a ghost for these fights. So if you're going A in the first round here, generally speaking, the best idea is tell your controller to smoke this, smoke CT. You can throw a Molotov inside of the smoke, so the enemies cannot push us through the smoke. And then as we're taking the elbow, we can jump spot the enemies here, clear this angle, jump spot the enemies again, check this. And when you're going through this area of the map, we can just curve the wall, flash the site, and just send it into the bomb site. Take the side control, then take the short control with the rest of your team. Then we can focus on the CT, plant the spike, and that's it. In ranked solo queue, if your teammates want to do a 5-man execute, always scale up together with them or faster than them. Because in this elo and this skill level, very, very rarely, players are going to jump spot the angles and clear the angles properly. So if you're going A already, you know, push like this, then jump spot the enemies here, and then get ready for the execute. You know, Clove does the smoke, We can throw a hot hands there. And now, you know, we can clear the elbow. Maybe you don't need to use a flash for the elbow if your Veil is already gonna dash there. I don't know. But that is what we should be doing right now. Go, go, go. Why are you starting so passively? We need to scale up. We need to go faster than this. Like, we are way too passive right now. Also, whenever you're playing against the KO, always delay your execute in the first round for 4 to 5 seconds. Tell your teammates to dodge the KO knife, play all the way back towards the spawn, and then let's go for the push. We need to dodge it so the enemies don't have the info like what are we exactly doing in this specific round. Like, this is the only type of matchup where you need to play a bit slower the first round, and that's it. Now, yeah, let's see how this goes. Fuck, KO is gonna knife us. Do you like new Reaver Butterfly? I didn't buy it, I only bought a Bandit. That's a terrible knife. We can just run right now. Listen, like, one of the worst things you can do in ranked solo queue is you call for a contact push, like you're going slowly shifting. But even if you make an inch of a noise, like one footstep, one drop, one sound, you need to run. You just, like, you don't, like, you need to run. Like, players in this, in low elo and medium elo, they have a very poor communication. Like, a lot of times, like, they hear one footstep, they're gonna be like, they're A, they're going A, you know? And they're gonna just start rotating. Right now, we need to run it down. We need to go. Also, against the Veto, open your ears. Like, you need to destroy that little shit. Like, most Veto players are gonna drop the interceptor somewhere here or here. So if you hear it, destroy it. I mean, on the A side, this one is not a problem. You can just come out and destroy it and scale out. Controller can give you this smoke. We go out, destroy this shit, and then use the hot hands and then go into the elbow. Never waste your time picking up the orbs if there is something better for you to do at that moment of time. We talked about this so many times through the VOD reviews. Yes, I know Phoenix is, you know, ultimate is only 6 ultimate points. But if your teammates are going out, if there's a chance for the enemies to fight you, if there's a chance for us to scale out of the choke point, fuck this shit. Like, you should only pick it up if you need one ultimate orb for the ultimate, or if the strategy is like, you know, let's pick 2 orbs for the Phoenix ultimate and then let's do the execute somewhere. This is waste of time. Your Veil can die, your Chamber can die, you need to support them. Go out. Now, this is a bit criminal. Destroy that interceptor. You know? And all... in the first round, always throw your Molotov for the... For this smoke right here. You know? I don't know if one enemy is maybe gonna sneak in there, catch some timing and kill us. Also, what's a solid play with the Phoenix, like in some of the rounds, some eco, hull by bonus, or when you think you have a good timing, you can molly the smoke and then pop out through the smoke and try to take more space for your team. Then, once you do that with the wall, you can just cut off the enemy's vision in the short and run it down into the bomb site. When it comes to using the Molotov, like, another way how you can use the Phoenix Molotov is basically you can use a Molotov to deny the enemies from rotating from these type of positions. Now, this is usually good with a, you know, KO Molotov, then Killjoy Nanoswarms and stuff like that. Phoenix Molly is not really the best for this because, you know, you cannot really you can place it better than this. It's just, it's not gonna do that much. It's not that big, essentially. Also, you know, this is quite impossible with Phoenix. Like, this is a good molly, but I mean, you just don't have the range to do it with a Phoenix, so like, I don't know. You need to scale. Actually, you have the range for this. What the fuck? For example, this Molotov is... Which agents also have the Molotovs? Like, Gecko, yeah, Gecko and others. Like, these type of Molotovs are really good to keep the enemies stuck somewhere. Like, basically, if you know that enemies are elbow, with this mod you can just keep them stuck. They cannot run out of the elbow, and we can just stomp them together as 5. So also be open-minded to use your molly for the left position and right position as well. Just in a custom server, you know, please practice, like, using this shit. Like, I don't really know any lineups for this. I just do it based on my feelings, but doing things in Valorant based on your feelings is not really the best idea ever. Okay. There's literally interceptor above you on the left side. It makes a lot of noise, a lot of sound. Destroy it. To be honest here, like, if you did a Molotov in the smoke, this play would not be a bad idea. I mean, you already have 3 teammates going through the elbow that are fighting together. You can take some space alone and try to pop flash the enemies and kill them. Why not? But now getting into this smoke without a Molotov was a bit dangerous, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, basically, an enemy could have easily been inside of this smoke and killing you. Death Flash, you know, just don't throw it in the smoke, obviously. The play would have been good. You know, if you had a molly here, and you already knew that one guy is short, the play is good. Just, you know, you just wasted your utility. Okay. Now, you know, when you lose the rounds in Valorant, on the attacker side, you really need to ask yourself, why did you lose them? You know, enemies didn't do anything to stop your execute here. Like, we just fucked up, practically. You know, our teammates just didn't win the fights in the elbow. We missed this flash and this kill on the club. So, if the problem is not the execute, but just the gunfights, go again. Do it again in the next round. You know, buy the bandit, maybe get a wall, and let's try to open the ace set again. 10 times. I mean, the worst idea here is to go mid. In your skill level and in your rank, you're probably gonna lose a lot of the fights, and lose a lot of the lives in mid. And going B is just way too readable. I mean, if enemies already fuck up your A push, they're probably gonna be more focused on mid and B in the next round. How much we can rank up with terrible aim? Apparently all the way up to Radiant, because I also have a terrible aim. You see what I'm talking about? Like, now Sage, Vito and Reyna are playing on the B side. Going B in this round is just mental, to be honest. Like, the best idea in this round was once again to dodge the KO knife, get a bandit, and just, you know, run it down A again. We can smoke this and this, and just move out. And essentially just, you know, we know that Vito is playing elbow. We can flash that motherfucker, try to take space. When we are here, we can curve the wall. Well, that's not a good curve. To go into the site. Why not? I don't know why you're AFK at the start of every round. Like, if your teammates want to go B now, like, let's just go B, you know? And in this eco round, like, I mean, with Phoenix, in these eco and Halberd rounds, most of the times on the B side, you should be using a wall that is just covering the backside completely. And we should just be fighting for the left area of the map and elbow primarily. So basically, we can use some wall like this. Well, not like that, like this. And just, you know, scale out together with the team. And try to get the elbow control. And try to get some close range gunfights right here. I genuinely don't know. How did Vito throw a chokehold and no one destroyed it, but okay. You should have been here. You should have been here to fight with your teammates. And in this round, you know, fuck the wall and flashes. Like, if you already want to buy something in this round, get a bandit. Get some one-tap weapon. You know, fuck the utility. Like, with a classic pistol and 2 flashes and wall, you're probably not gonna do that much. Get a bandit, maybe a wall, and now we can maybe create a space and try to try to kill the enemies. Otherwise, I mean, whatever. You're probably not even gonna have a chance to use your utility. This round, for an example, is a round where you can pick up that orb in the B main area of the map and try to stack up the ultimate. Anyways, we're not pushing to the site. You know, we heard the the interceptor of the Vito. Our push got delayed, stopped, and I mean, we're not ready to fight with our teammates. So this is the moment of time where you pick up the orb. A bit of not live on YouTube. Our stream got cancelled. Generally speaking, like, the idea to go B in this round was ludicrous overall. I mean, enemies deleted us last round on A, purely based on aim. Like, we know that Vito and KO are the only players defending A site with a claw from short. Like, why are we pushing B against the Sage and a potential 3 players in this round? To be honest, like, if your teammates already want to do some crazy play like this, you know, that doesn't seem logical to you, you can try to play alone. You can just get a bandit and search for the kills. Try, you know, maybe to lurk up through the aim in area of the map, lurk up through mid, try to get some kills on timings and sound, because we already knew at the start of this round that this is not gonna work. And those are the moments of time where you can play alone, especially if it's an eco round. I don't know, like, you know, you probably didn't play that many games against Vito, but when you hear this squid screaming in your face, your flashes and molotovs are gonna be eaten, bro. Like, destroy the squid above you, and then you can maybe flash. The absolute best idea in this match was to go A 3 rounds in a row. To create a bit more unpredictable pattern of pushing, to fully test the enemies on A side to see how they play and how they position, and in the 4th round to potentially do some easy fake. And look at this now. Why are we going A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Like, even gold, even silver players are sometimes gonna read this shit. You know? Look at this, like, 4 enemies are playing on the A side. If you already wanted to cut, you know, to do something in this 3rd round, go B again. I know Sage is playing there, but you notice that enemies stacked the B side right now. So you ask yourself, they stacked the B side, they probably are using the rule of fear and AB rule to position. Let's cut it. Let's ignore it. Like, all of the rules that you're following on a defender's side to read the enemies are the rules that you should completely avoid on the attacker's side as well. Unless you're just winning the rounds regardless of what you do. Start with your teammates instead of, like, what are you doing in the preparation phase of the rounds? Stop watching the porn on the 2nd monitor, you know? And let's just go! Also, if you notice that KO doesn't have any good knives for the aiming area of the map, like KO is always using a knife here. Fuck it. Then you can just run it down. If you're doing a 5-man push, but then you can just scale out, destroy the knife, take the cover for the KO flash, and go out. Listen, the first 4 rounds on both attackers and defenders side are the most important rounds for you in ranked solo queue, especially in between Iron 1 and Immortal 2. Like, those are the rounds that are gonna decide the outcome of 80% of your games in Valorant. 80% from Iron 1 to Immortal 2. Like, those are the rounds where your teammates, you know, gain confidence, lose confidence. Gain mentality, lose mentality. And rounds where we're building some economy, essentially. Those are the rounds where you need to lead your teammates a bit more. Tell them what to do, where to go. You don't need to be a crazy IG, you don't need to be boaster in Diamond. Basic communication. And you cannot AFK these type of rounds. I don't want to comment on this round. You know? I don't want to give a comment. I don't AFK at the beginning, bro. He is on Discord. Fuck the e-girls, man. Fuck the I mean, not literally. Fuck dating on Discord, bro. You know? The only real Valorant server is our Valorant server. You know. Where all of the racists are. Okay. Now. I just don't know, like what am I reviewing here, to be honest? Like, literally, my guy is AFK at the start of it. Like, listen. Any plan in these lobbies is better than no plan at all. Literally, any call out in this elo. Anything. Hey guys, let's go A. Hey guys, let's go B. Hey guys, let's take mid control and default. But what the fuck is going on? Now in this eco round, like, the best idea is probably to get, once again, a bandit with a heavy shield and wall. And, you know, let's try to support our teammates and try to create some space. My teammates want to go mid. Okay, no problem. Omen, give us a smoke down here. With a Phoenix wall, we can maybe block off the enemy's vision on the right side. And let's try to maybe take the short control with the flash and with our team. Now my guy is e-dating, bro. Stinger, I don't know about that. You know? Like, if you were doing a 5-man push A or B, fine. But if your teammates want to fight mid in this round, Bandit is a far better option. Bandit now in eco rounds on the attacker side is so good. Especially if you're not playing the movement agents, such as Phoenix. Like this act, my second most used weapon is Bandit. And only God knows how many kills and how many rounds I clutch because of that weapon. It is super good. Especially on the attacker side. On defense, it's like, I think that Bucky, Stinger, Shorty strategies are far superior. Even Sheriff on some maps, but I don't know. It's more valuable in this round if you have a wall, flash, and Bandit than having a Stinger with a flash only. Like, I don't know, how are we gonna close the gap with the enemies in the mid area of the map? You know what you need to stop? You need to stop autopiloting. Again, you're back on the same, you know, shit. Like, you got in a Valorant match, play the Valorant game. Read the game. Use the map and game awareness training. What are we doing? Okay, so far, what do we know about the enemies? Sage is the B player, KO is the A player, Clove is the mid player. Reyna and Vito, unknown. So we cannot really predict where they're gonna start exactly. With that information, I will still try fireman executes on the A side. Because why not? Okay, we lost first round, and the third round because we were AFK. Let's try it again. Why not? But you're just starting way too late, man. Like, way too late. To be honest. Like, that's why you're getting fucked up by these timings. Like, once again, we have no information in B main, A main, mid. Like, you let the enemies walk up to you right here. You start in the attacker side spawn. You know, the question here cannot be, should I be ready for this? Because you started in the attacker side spawn at the start of the round. Okay, we finally play the game. Now, if you're one ultimate orb away from the Phoenix ultimate, fireman execute somewhere. You know, fireman push A, fireman push B, and once again, I believe that the fireman push A is the right option. I mean, KO and Vito defending A site, that's, I mean, in this elo, like, they're probably not gonna fuck you up a lot, especially when you have the ultimate. So yeah, sure, we can go. And we can literally use the same smoke setup that we used in first round. Like, just tell the Omen to smoke this. Tell the Omen to smoke this. Take the elbow control. Drop a molly for this shit. Use the flashes and utility to clear the elbow and CT. And let's go. By the way, when you have this smoke here, you should always tell one of your teammates to hold the smoke and to maybe lurk up through the smoke. Because there's really no reason for 5 players to get stuck in the elbow. If you see that there's 4 of your teammates going through the elbow, it's totally fine if you play around this smoke and you try to do some solo play. You don't need to use a flash for this angle because you're always faster than enemies peeking in this angle. It's a wasted flash. Like, if you already want to do a fireman push on A by running, like, just scale out like this. Take the cover for the enemy pop flashes. Jumps for the enemies. Wait for your teammates to come. Take the orb. You can get into any corner whatsoever. Let's go. You know? Drop a molly there. Let's go through the elbow. Let's clear the elbow. Take the elbow control for our team. Pop flash the enemies here. Your job is done. This is just a wasted flash. Like, literally, waste of a flash. Because of timings. Brother, if you flash yourself like that, don't peek. You know? Like, with Phoenix, you cannot be doing this type of shit. Like, what's very important with Phoenix, something that I also struggle with sometimes, is just getting the right idea and developing the right feeling for the distance of the flash. Like, basically, as long as you're 4 meters away from the wall, it's gonna be a good flash. So if you're not certain if the flash is gonna go around the corner, smart ping the corner. 4 meters. Let's go. Also, you know, if you want to pick the enemies with a flash, it is totally fine to use a back flash. And just peek like this as well. Just use the smart pings. If you're not certain if your flash is gonna go around the corner.
Down A.
As I said, if your teammates wanna go A or B, Stinger is fine. No problemo. If they wanna fight for mid, maybe get a bandit together, sheriff. Like, I don't know if you're gonna have a chance to close the gap with the enemies. Don't AFK! Give your teammates some ideas, bro. Let's do something. Listen, if you are doing a fast 5-man push on A, on sound, you know, we're not playing on contact. Run, jumps for this angle, clear these positions, and let's go. Do you want your Valley to die again? And also, for God's sake, we have Fade. Just ask the Fade to dog this shit for you, and then let's go. Also, listen. If you have 2 or more teammates fighting in mid, usually the best idea is to fight with them. But, I mean, we lost him a bit here. Yeah. Listen, once again, if you have 2 or more teammates fighting around mid, fight with them. Like, your teammates in the A main area of the map are probably not gonna need you right now. You know, there's gonna be maximum 1 enemy somewhere here after we got a kill on B and after our teammates made a contact in mid. Like, right now you should be playing with Fade and Omen because they just have much higher chances of dying than your Chamber and Valet that are slowly going through the A main area of the map. And also, if you already decide to do a rotation like this, just do it faster. I mean, your teammates already made such a hard contact in mid. They're fighting for their own lives. Can we speed up a bit? Now, still, you should be, you know, you should be going onto the site, taking the site control with your teammates. I mean, if you do these slow rotations, you don't rotate fast enough, and you're not certain where are all of the enemies. I mean, we really have no idea where is the Reyna and where is the Sage. Take the site with your teammates is 3v2. Take the CT control, plant the spike, and you can literally play this post plant from the CT and elbow. You don't need A short, you don't need A main, you don't need yard, you don't need anything to win this round. Except not allowing your teammates to die alone.
Remaining.
Okay. Okay. Let's see the next round. So Vito, KO, Sage, and Clove have the ultimate. We have the Fade ultimate. Okay, you know, to be honest, it really doesn't matter what we do here. If we go B or A. We have the Fade ultimate, we have the Omen ultimate, we have a pretty decent team composition. I mean, pretty good team composition to do the 5-man executes. I still feel it's, you know, there's no reason to fight for mid yet. Like, it's not like the enemies have some crazy setups on a defender side that we cannot counter. And since we have such a great team composition, plus with the Fade ultimate, we can just go. Jumps for the angle. I love that you clear the angle still, because, you know, when you're playing against the Sage players, like, you need to understand that they're gonna play like a sneaky bitches most of the time. Like, sometimes they're gonna, you know, they're gonna wall this, but actually take a fight. You need to expect them on top of the wall. You need to expect them around the walls. You need to expect the wall might have some kind of a gap through which Sage can kill you, wrap you, see you. Always be careful. Very good. But we should be going right now. Listen, never play inside of the choke points and inside of the smokes unless you're ready to go out. You're just risking getting spammed through a stupid smoke. Why would you take that type of risk? You don't have to, you don't need to. Just wait a bit, wait for the slorps to go down, take some cover, and then when you're ready to go out, get in a smoke, let's go. Now, when it comes to, you know, when it comes to the B set executes, your Molotov should always cover up some position that the rest of your team's utility is not covering, or wherever you think enemies might be playing at that moment of time. Like this molly, good, to prevent the enemies from peeking from the elbow. This molly, good, to prevent the enemies from peeking from the left side. Molly, above the site, good molly. You know, to deny these peaks and these positions from the enemies. If you think one enemy is close, sure, fine. You can molly that guy as well. When it comes to the wall, a lot of the times, there won't be a reason for you to use a wall to go out. A lot of the times. But, if you already want to use your wall somehow, you can just use it to block off the enemy's vision at the backside, on the right position. You can also use your wall to just create a small space for your team to take the space and to take the cover. And then with the flashes we can scale out and take the space. It really depends, like, how many enemies you think are playing at that moment of time, how many of these spots we've covered with a Molotov's nades recon utility, and that's it. Just don't feel forced to use a wall if there's no reason to use a wall. I mean, like, with a Molotov, you're already denying one possible position where the enemies can play. With the Omen, Paranoia, Veiley, Saturate ability, Fade Reveal, and Fade Dogs, we can probably, like, just clear the angles without a wall. I don't know why we slow down like this. Like, we should be ready for the execute and to go out.
Spike down B.
Listen, if your execute already stops, already got cucked, denied, and you know that one or more enemies are behind you, you need to deal with those enemies first. Like right now, we cannot push onto the B site or do anything in this B main area of the map without killing this Reyna. Go back, help your teammates out, maybe try to regain the mid control a bit and aim and control, and then regroup your teammates again for some kind of an execute. When you're playing League, as soon as I get Radiant at the end of every stream, I'm gonna play 2 games of League of Legends and start the grind to Challenger.
Spike down mid.
You should be supporting your teammates right now at the back. We have 2 flashes and Molotov. Hopefully we're gonna use them in a good way.
Enemy remaining.
Okay. 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 Totally fine. No, it's okay. But, you know, you should have came back to kill the Reyna and the rest of the enemy team as soon as Reyna got a kill on Omen. Now listen, generally, I guess against this team composition, right here, pushing the B site is straight up is always gonna be hard. Like, you can use the B as an ending position for your executes. Like maybe fake A, go B, take mid control, go B. But doing a straight up 5-man B push when you already know that Sage is playing B side is always gonna be fucked up a bit. So we should be trying to fight for mid, fight for A short, fight for A side, then, you know, use the B as a faking point or point where we end up once we get a few kills or some space from the enemy team. Stop doing this. Stop walking if your teammates are shooting and running. Just go. Jump spot this angle for them. Get ready to use the ultimate and go out. Why are you walking? And please, for the love of God, destroy this piece of shit in the air. Like, Vito is not that good on this map. Like, there's not a lot of good angles where he can hide this piece of crap. Like, just destroy it. One bullet. Especially if you have the ultimate. You're just wasting your utility. Once again, angle clearing. 0 points. How we don't clear that angle? Come on, bro. Come on. I don't know what you're trying to spam, or are you cheating, but that wall is not penetratable. Listen, so what you have a lot in your gameplay right now that needs to be fixed is you have a lot of wasted time where you're not doing anything for your team. You are way too late to support your teammates. Your rotations are also late on the defender's side. Like, you need to speed up a bit. Sometimes, you know, most of the times, any decision is better than not making a single decision based on information that you have at that moment of time. So, do something. You know, like, you know that meme with the stick? Just do something. Even if you make a mistake, you die. At least you tried something. Here. Why are you starting this passively? You see that you really want to go in. You see that you really want to fight. We can easily destroy the KO knife if he drops it in the A main area of the map. Go. Be ready for the KO pop flashes. Be ready to dodge them and to support your waylay. Be ready to fight with this motherfucker. Otherwise, we might lose her. Again. Go! Now listen. Whenever your team has turned their focus onto the mid area of the map, we talked about this, focus on mid as well. Like, your teammates in this at this skill level and in this rank are gonna be dying a lot of the times on mid. A lot. And you need to support them.
Spike down mid.
Nice one tip. Can we... listen. Like, when you do a flash like this on mid, you need to keep in mind that this flash might not do anything. You know, this is a bit of a wasted flash. Because we have no idea where are the enemies exactly. Why? Like, enemies playing on top mid, you know, they might not get flashed at all. Enemies playing here, they might not get flashed at all. Enemies have a lot of cover here and here as well. this cover here, this cover here, this cover here. Like, instead of doing the flash here, jump spot the enemies, get the info first, and it's much better if you scale out without using a flash for this, but use a molly to cover some kind of an angle. You know, you think, cover up that position. Cover up top mid peak for your teammates. Clear these angles with your team, and then, you know, use the flashes to clear the A short, use the flashes to clear the top mid through the smoke. Unless the enemies are here, I really don't see a reason why would you use any flash whatsoever. And also, it's pretty dangerous, like, how you peeked out here. Like, enemies can literally be anywhere right now. They can be here, behind the box, short, top mid, left position, this cubby on the left side as well. And now, when we kill this Vito, all the way here, you need to expect that enemies are everywhere. Also, we don't need to fight for mid anymore. You know? We also talked about this sequence and scenario in Valorant. Like, you exchange a few numbers with the enemies in mid area of the map. A main, B main. Your teammates are scattered on the map. The best idea in this rank is to simply reset the round. Hey guys, let's all go towards the B main. Hey guys, let's go towards the A main. Like, in the worst case scenario, you'll fight 4 versus 2. In this rank. In the worst case scenario. You don't need to force this type of fights. Can I ask, what are you holding? Not a single dash agent in the enemy team. Vele peeking aggressively aiming over the map. What are we doing? 3 of your teammates starting in mid as well. Either play with the Vele, or play with your teammates in mid. Anyways, Phoenix in the mid area of the map is pretty decent agent, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you can use a molly to stop the enemies push and peek from the short. You can use the molly to deny that angle for the enemies and the peek through the smoke. You can use your wall to block off the enemy's vision in the A short and to scale out. Like, there's a lot of, you know, a lot of stuff that you can do useful for your teammates in the mid area of the map. I don't really understand what happened here, to be completely honest. Your mouse disconnected? Odin? So, unless you want to fight enemies on mid, and you have an idea where you can, you know, like, Odin is fine if you see some kill opportunity, you know, to spam the enemies here, to spam them top mid back and kill them, or maybe to do an instant spam right here for the enemies in the beam and area of the map. But buying a blind Odin on Phoenix when you're 1 ultimate orb away from the ultimate, for what? To destroy the Sage wall in a full buy round with the ultimate? Come on, bro. Come. We're not playing in Iron, brother. You know? Not like this idea was maniacal, bro. Maniacal, to be honest. Like, your main priority in this round should have been picking up 1 ultimate orb in either A main or B main. Vandal Phantom utility. Let's go out. this spam that you're doing right now is dangerous on so many different levels. Like when you're so close to the smoke like this, it is so much easier for the enemies to find your body and your head based on the bullet tracers than for you to find enemies in this vast area of the map right here. Like, don't do this, man. Like, literally, this is a Sudoku play that you're doing right now. You can spam through this smoke if you know exactly where is an enemy. All you have to do in this round is pick the ultimate orb, destroy the sage wall, and let's go out. This round would have been over if you did that. Like, literally, I don't know why you complicate your round so much. Take the orb, destroy the sage wall, use the molly, use the ultimate, use the molly for the elbow. Let's go through the smoke. Let's take the space. Clearing the elbow, clearing the backside, and then using the last parts of the ultimate as a recon tool to jump towards the enemies. And one of the very big problems on a defender's side, like, we're making such a predictable patterns, and you know, it's very easy for the enemies to tell where we are gonna go next. And as I already mentioned, if your team sucks at 5-man executes on A and B, fight for mid area of the map. Try to find some kills top mid, A short. Try to fight for more map control. Also, but in this match, like, executes were not the problem. The problem is the timing, how we play with our teammates, not destroying the interceptor from the veto, not reacting well on the enemy's utility, and our teammates' positioning. That was the main problem. Like, we could have won this round if we went all 12 rounds in a row onto the A side with perfect utility usage, your utility usage, with perfect scaling with your allies. This match would already be over. Also, like, what you really need to pay attention on when it comes to aim is you're dragging your mouse way too much. Like, you need to become a bit more snappy. So listen here, when you're clearing the angles, like, you're basically dragging your mouse around the walls like this. When you're flicking, once again, you flick onto the KO knife, it looks like this. When it should look like this. Like, you need to cut the distance. Like, you're using your forearm way too much to aim. That's the whole point. And even if you have let's say you have a low sensitivity, it doesn't matter. Like, you just need to force yourself to be more explosive during your flicks. Yes, you're probably gonna miss a lot of the shots. Yes, you're probably gonna whiff a lot, but you know, you don't have any disease as far as I know. You don't have any health problems as far as I know. So, especially during the aim training, you know, that I share with you, like, I specifically mentioned in a lot of these documents that you should be more explosive during specific tasks, because that is something that you were lacking previously as well. Like, it takes you too much time to do a flick like this. Fuck it. Just do the flick, and recorrect yourself with a second flick. But if you drag your mouse like this, then I don't know, enemy peeks you from here to here, you do this, you lose valuable time to take a shot. Sacrifice a bit of precision just to be more explosive with your flicks, angle clearing, and reacting onto the enemies. Like, it is so easy for the enemies to kill you when they peek you, surprise you, like, because you literally drag your mouse on the mousepad. I mean, that's the only, you know, thing that you're doing really, really poorly, like, throughout the whole VOD. Listen, if you want to use a Molotov here, so you want to use the ultimate to go out. Use that Molotov first, through the enemy smoke, then use the ultimate. So that you're not wasting valuable time to scale out and to take space with the ultimate. Like, this is, you know, this is a bit of waste of time. You don't have a gun in the hands, enemies can peek you and kill you. Like, a much better idea is like, okay, I want to use the ultimate, I want to use the Molotov in that smoke. Use the molly, use the ultimate, be ready to take the fights and to take as much space as possible for yourself and for your team. Ah, okay, sorry. I didn't know you want to run it down through the smoke, but even if you wanted to do this, it's better. Okay. This round should be a W, right? We're 5v3, we cannot lose this. We just take the elbow control. Where are you going, bro? It's 4v3. We have no idea where... You have absolutely no idea. Where are these last two enemies? 3 enemies. We know approximately that 1 enemy is in the CT. We know that for sure. Because 1 guy spammed through here. Relax. You know, right now, all you have to do while your teammates are planting the spike is just hold the peak from the CT area of the map, like this. And then, since we are planting the spike for the yard and A short, we can just all go towards the yard, clear the A short area of the map completely, and we can literally play this post plant from the A short and yard. And also, if you already want to do this type of a play, and you don't have information if 1 enemy can be behind this box, play, like, once again, just play Valorant with full paranoia. If you don't have the exact information, where are the enemies, where they can be at a specific moment of time, it is always better to be safe rather than sorry. Like, you have 20 SOVA drones going through this area of the map. Check the corners. Because in this rank, like, only God knows, you know, what type of utility your initiators are going to use and how they're going to clear the angles. You want to go alone here, towards the CT, to use a flash and fuck up the enemies. Check the boxy box first, then go for the play. Anyways, this is unasked for. Like, why do you even need to do this? We have a Vele ultimate. We have your flash. 2 flashes, actually, we had. Why do you feel forced to do this type of a play? In a 4v3 with a spike planted for the A short. You don't have to. We know that enemies are not elbow. Enemies can only be A main, short, and CT. If your teammates are already stacked on the bomb set like this, here, like, just, you know, tell them, force them to take the short control, and now, you know, 1 guy can watch the short, 3 players are fully focused on the site, and the aim, you know, elbow and aim in over the map. It's not like, you know, what can enemies do during this retake? Okay, Clove can smoke you off, like, whatever. We have Vele ultimate. We can shit on the enemies with that ultimate. You had 2 flashes to pop through the smoke and kill them. Yes, Sage has slow orbs, so, you know, we shouldn't really be positioned in just one area of the map. Like, just, you know, not all 4 of you should play from the short, obviously. But this play that you did here, like, if you were in the numbers disadvantage, well, let's say you were like 2 versus 4, 3 versus... Sure, fine. You can try to take more space, try to kill the enemies with a flash. That's okay. Now, in overtimes, like... just play on the information that you had during the regular part of the match. Like, whatever the enemies did the most during a regular part of the game is probably what they're gonna try during the overtime as well. Overtimes are always a bit of a gamble, so... You know, probably the best idea on a map such as Corrode, if you're playing overtime, just start A short, take the mid control, and then just play fast rotations on A and B. And once again, enemies have a terrible team composition. Like, what you really need to do as well, and pay attention on both attackers and defender side, you need to adapt yourself a bit better on the team comms that you're playing with and against. You know, ask me through private messages. Like, Charlatan, I play this match on Breeze against this specific team comp. What are the weaknesses and strengths of this team composition that I can abuse? And what type of mistakes I can expect from the enemy team? How should I adapt my playstyle? This doesn't exist anymore. This was the old Corrode, but whatever. Brother, I cannot believe that Riot Games was like, yeah, we're gonna make this wall fully spammable with Odin. I don't know how they don't have any play testing or something like before they release these maps. Okay. Now, on the attacker side, same shit. So we know that Sage is playing... Sage was mainly playing B. We had a really hard time pushing B. Your teammates are shit at B execute. Don't even try it. Maybe play default, take the mid control, or just do a 5-man push onto the A side and that's it. This is a Sudoku, to be honest. We didn't take B side once on the attacker side. I only see the map. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, my bad. Now here, same as in one of the previous rounds, from the regular part of the match. Okay, you exchange a few numbers with the enemies on mid. We're now 3v3. Just regroup your... Hey guys, let's regroup B main. Hey guys, let's regroup A main. And let's just do a 3-man execute. Fast! Go! With the chamber. Here, you need to cross towards your teammates. You don't know if any enemies are top mid. Use a wall. Go. What are you doing right now? Spamming a one-way smoke through which Reyna can potentially kill you? Like, you need to become a bit better at playing these sequences in the game, like scenarios that are quite repetitive. You know, this type of a sequence in the game is gonna play out so many times for you in ranked. Like where, you know, you kill 2 enemies, enemies kill 2 of you guys. Like, just regroup your team somewhere as fast as possible. And as soon as possible, actually. Like, just, what are you doing on mid? You don't want to fight that Reyna alone. Why would you do that? Like, there's no way that on A set right now there's like 3 enemies. In the worst case scenario, it's gonna be 2. Just go. with the spike carrier.
Got spike.
Player standing. Spike down.
We should just be much faster, like, you know, at this type of a decision making.
A.
Okay, in the first overtime, we fucked up the enemy's push on A. Now the best gamble is start top mid. Enemies are probably gonna go either mid or B in this round. You can start A short as well, but what's really criminal, like, there was not a single round where we had a bottom mid smoke. Like, enemies had so much space to work with. Okay, we saw the spike now. Aim in. We need to go.
Spike down A. Spike planted.
I respect the try. I'm not gonna lie. That was funny. Oh, did I get on the attack? Please don't pick the aim in area of the map like that. Just jump spot it. You know, you have Fate in the team. Just tell the Fate to use a dog like this. She doesn't want to do it. Jump spot this angle and then take a fight. I just don't understand this Odin on the attacker side of Corrode when you have no idea where to get a kill. Like, you pull out the Odin when you're like 90% certain that you can get a pick somewhere. And your Vela is going in. We're not dropping a Molotov, any flashes, and we're just spamming. Brother, you're not playing Veto. You're not playing Sage. Recon agents. We need to go out. This is a very good play. Like, whenever you take the B-side control, always fight for the CT, elbow, and tower, because postplants are 10 times easier. But don't fight like this, you know. Don't fight like this. Like, you don't need to fight alone. Like, tell one of your teammates, you know, Omen, come with me, elbow. Let's take the CT. And also, with Phoenix, you have 2 flashes in a wall, still. You don't need to hold this angle. Get behind the cover, wait for the enemies to make a footstep. They're already running like maniacs. Flash them, kill them, that's it. Like, a lot of times you're playing Phoenix like you're playing Reyna or Iso, you know? I'll try. Minister of Baiting. Why the left chamber go there alone? Just play with him. Here, listen. It's fine. You can use your vault to heal yourself. Okay. Listen, man. Like, anyways, I said at the start of this VOD review, like, it's not gonna be the most interesting one, and because I need to discuss something with him in private. One thing I'm gonna say is that we're definitely gonna drop the Phoenix. Fuck it. Like, just stick to the Omen. Omen works for you. Like, with Phoenix, you're just way too passive. Way too passive. And, I mean, even with Omen, you cannot play this passively. But just, Phoenix is not it. It's not it for you. Yes, you can get better. Yes, we can make it work, but since with Omen you have 58% win rate, and you're playing really well, fuck it. Let's just stick to the Omen for now, for the next 1 month. And everything else I'm gonna share with you through private messages. Like, I'll record the video for you, like, what you should be doing next and what we should be focusing on. Sorry, YouTube, you know, I said at the beginning, like, I mainly wanted to focus on certain stuff. Anyways, like, you need to play Corrode better as a map. Organize your teammates a bit more. Tell them where to go. Like, give some ideas. Don't give so much space on a defender's side. Like, try to do something on mid. At least ask for a smoke at the bottom mid so enemies don't have the info where the fuck they're pushing and what's happening in the mid area of the map. Like, how you play Corrode is a bigger problem than how you play Phoenix, because I can only imagine what you're doing with Omen, for an example. Next VOD review is going to be much more interesting. We have a very special guest. Thank you for watching this one. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. And, you know, right now we have a free giveaway for coaching on my Discord server. You can get it. And yeah, see you in the next one.